Okay then, good afternoon, good afternoon. It is day 220 of From Here to Jerusalem. Walking from West Cork to Jerusalem with a harp on your back. So the poisoning episode. I think I'm through the worst of it now. Okay then. So I have eaten. That's number one. I've eaten a full meal and Delhi belly, much better. So I'm moving on tomorrow. Now that leaves me with what happened yesterday. I was so upset. So this is what happened. This is what's been going on. I forgot my toothbrush on the last day before I arrived here. The reason I say that is because it tells something. It says something about my state of mind. I've been able to retain my toothbrush for the past 7 months, so no big deal that it's gone, because I suppose, every so often you should buy yourself a new toothbrush. It's actually better. But there were a few other things in that bag. It tells me that, I didn't check everything, which means I wasn't feeling well. I'm really good at keeping everything together because, of course, I don't have that much, but my head wasn't in what I was doing. And I suppose that, in a sense, that has also something to do with what happened yesterday evening. So I've not been feeling myself because, my body is not doing what it's supposed to do. I've been having pain in my lower back because I had this thing, and then the Delhi belly on top of that. Yeah. And what do I do? Because I'm not the smartest person in the whole wide world. I think, first day I think, let's eat cake. Sugar and fat will definitely get me to my destination, which it did. And the second day I tried to eat in the evening, and oh man, like, the guy that was cooking for me had a lot of bad reviews, but he cooked me really nice chicken. I couldn't eat it, like. And then I'm starting to worry because I'm worried about whether my body will hold, and so I forget my toothbrush. No big deal, but I forget my toothbrush. I forget something. I could have forgotten my passport. I could have forgotten something that is really important, but I forgot my toothbrush, so I'm lucky. Then I arrive here and I decide to stay an extra night. And I eat in the morning. I eat eggs and toast. And then in the afternoon, because I'm not that clever, there is a pub in Györ, and they have Guinness. English pub, big English flag, but they're serving Guinness. Not the best, but Guinness nonetheless. And I'm thinking, give the body something familiar, right? So, in all of this fog about what's going on physically, I've been hearing things that should make me feel a little bit worried. Somebody asked me about my daughter. We're having a conversation. I show a little video that she made over the summer, and in it is one of her friends who is black. I don't know where his people long ago came from, but he's not white. And the question was, who's the and then the N-word. And I'm thinking, okay, it's long since I've heard that. But I'm thinking, I've heard that in Ireland, there are people that still don't know how to speak about other races in a normal way. Like, diversity is actually really important. Diversity, in fact, uh, research shows, makes us stronger. It is when you only stay within one race continuously, the race will get unwell. I mean, there are enough examples of this. Also in the current world. So white, and black, and just Asian, or just black, or just all of it makes us actually weaker. And yet race theory seems to be something, a lot of Irish people still believe that, they should only, marry with Irish people. Dutch people have this too. Obviously, the Third Reich really believed in this stuff, and apparently a lot of English people also feel that, if it were just them, just the white ones, then the world would be a better place. But the truth is that everything points at that diversity makes us stronger. So when this person said this to me, I wiped it away, because to me that is just ignorance, right? And you can't do anything about ignorance. You just have to let it be ignorant. All you can do is set the right example, and I think that I have done that in my own little way. So that was the first thing. And then I walk in, I'm because I'm feeling physically not well and I'm on my own, I think, wouldn't it be great to just have a pint and have a chat somewhere with anybody, really? Humans do well with human contact. So there's a tiny little pub here near in the centre, and I thought, perfect, little pub. I'll go in, have a pint, and chat to the girls behind the bar, and I'll feel much better. My stomach is healing. I decided I would stay one more day, so two days of rest, because the back was still a bit thing, and I actually, on the other hand, just being in a space on my own as well, just sleeping in the same bed for a few days, after 7 months, I thought it was a good idea. So I walk into this pub and there's this party going on. Now there was a lot of, Viking lookalikes around here. There's a lot of sporting of beards, a lot of shaven heads, a lot of, big odd extreme hairdos, a lot of big dudes with beards and bald heads, like whatever. It's apparently the fashion. And they're having a party down at the end of this tiny pub, and there's people coming in and people coming out. And there's 2 girls behind the bar, both of them not real blondes. Dark hair with blonde do's and grown out roots. And I assume the owner is standing at the corner and he's having a big beer, and I'm having a big beer, and he waves at me, I wave back at him. And the girls are kind of, they're not chatty at all. Okay, fair enough, it's busy enough. They speak a bit of English and German, so that isn't it. And there's a woman behind me, and she's also blonde, but not blonde originally. And this group, 2 of these guys come up to the counter to order. There's a lot of apparently, by what I was observing, was there's a lot of hard liquor drinking, a lot of hard liquor, there is a lot of shots, a lot of hard liquor. It's not like they drink beer and then if they do drink beer, they'll drink shots next to it, like all of them. Old, young, makes no difference. So I'm there with my beer, I have another beer, and I spot a bottle of Jameson, and I think, how bad can it be? Like, I'll have a shot of Jameson as well. And this guy has like loads of tattoos, a lot of it Celtic and Viking designs. I have my Viking Viking compass, the journey to strength and the journey to finding yourself, which used to be tattooed on the chest of sailors, which helps to bring you home, to really go through all the stages of bravery and getting stronger and strength and self-knowledge, and eventually it will bring you home. So, I don't have anything against Viking tattoos in that sense. But he puts his arm, like he's wearing a t-shirt, and there's all this work, and underneath it at the bottom, just above his wrist, is like a laurel wreath, like the Roman laurel wreath with the number 88 underneath it. I know I've seen the tattoo before. I've seen the symbol before, and but I don't remember, because I'm not preoccupied with hatred. I'm not preoccupied with anything that is anti other human beings. So after the second time he comes up, I turn around and I say, "Do you speak English?" He says, No. I said, "Do you speak German?" "Yeah, a little bit." And I go, "Can I ask you something?" "Yeah, of course." I said, "What does the tattoo mean?" And he goes, Nazi, Heil Hitler. That's what it means. And I go, "Oh, okay." Because I realized in that moment, as I'm looking around, that first of all, none of them have blue eyes or blonde hair, for that matter. Like, we're not talking about Aryans here. We're talking about one of the most mixed race countries in the world. Like, everybody has been through here. The Turks were here, the Mongols were here, and the Poles were here. Everybody was here. The Germans were here. The girl who's serving me looks more Turkish than anything. And then I realized she's not serving them. It's the two fake blondes that are serving these guys. And I look out in the back and I realize that they all have those tattoos. And the girls that they're with, they're not even fake blondes. I'm going, right, okay, well, this is not what I expected. I, of course, have made completely different choices in my life. And like I said, I am pro mingling of everything and everybody. I believe the world belongs to all of humanity, not to just one race. I don't believe that one race is stronger than the other race. I don't believe that races are more privileged than other races. When it comes to birth, only if we work together, we are strong. But these people don't believe any of these things. So I'm there on my own, and I realize that it really doesn't matter what I think or what I believe, because I'm thinking again about the stories that I heard when I was a kid growing up with a father who lived through the war. And I know what Nazis have done in every country where they went. Under Hitler, people were shot for no better reason than that they might have information about somebody else. There was absolute, complete intimidation of everything and everybody. Nazism and Heil Hitler, for me, stands for hatred and not accepting the inability to accept that we are diverse, We are all different, and yet we're all the same. In the mind of Nazis, when they wipe out everything that is not the same as they are, then the world will be a better place. And of course, the world already is an amazing place. It is just that humanity is on this earth. That is what makes it bad. And if only humanity would accept that. I didn't say anything. And I also felt that I could not back down. So I'm standing there with my pint, my shell, and my Viking tattoo, and my crosses, which have been gifted to me, and my rune. And they're looking at me because they don't know what to make of me. I also know that this could spell a real issue for me, because if I'm engaging in a conversation with these people, how long do I not talk about any of this? How long can I keep the conversation open and just listen to what they're saying without being triggered into saying something that will really, really push them to a point? Because really, we're not talking about, people who are able to, it's like a brainwash thing, yeah. This stuff is not born out of love. This is born out of wanting to change things through violence and annihilation. So I stood my ground. I had another beer. I kept an eye on what was going on, and when the party broke up, they went away. In the meantime, I had gone to the toilet, so I passed them by. They were all, of course, looking at me because he went back to the table and obviously told the story of my question. And the girlfriend is smiling at me, and I smile back because, humans are humans. And she was the last one to leave, and she's waving at me and smiling at me, and I smile back and I wave back, and the owner waves at me as I walk out of the door, and I got really upset. And that is the end of the video last night. Yeah. I came back here and I had some soup, and I got very upset, and I actually thought about going home because I realized that, I'm a highly privileged individual who lives in a really safe, wonderful place on earth, where I can just hide away from these things and not feel them. But I realized as I through the night, I woke up a few times, and I realized that no, we can't actually hide away from it. I'm gonna see a whole lot more of this. I did the right thing by not engaging, because it is me just witnessing the world. I have no influence. I have no influence in the end about how people think. I can only share what I think is right. But I'm very homesick right now. Yeah. So today I finally ate a full dinner, and it's still in me, and it's not doing funny stuff. And I'm not having beer or pints or anything today. I'm gonna go to bed early. because I didn't feel like I might still go and walk to Aldi, which closes at 7 o'clock, or I might just wait until tomorrow morning when I walk out of town to buy a new toothbrush. And it is what it is. I think that the thing that I find really shocking in it is that it's so open. It's very, very open here. Like everybody there knew. They all knew. The only idiot that didn't know was me. And yeah, what can I say? Like, it's wrong. It's wrong. All people are equal. And we don't treat them equal. And we're making it more and more normal to not treat people equal. Yeah, I really have nothing more to say today. Like, I haven't organized my stay for tomorrow yet. I'm moving on to an abbey, the Arch Abbey of this part of the world. And I'm gonna go do that now. Like, my brain is just mush. And I think I just need to be sad for a little bit. I did talk to my best friend last night, who reacted really, really badly to it and actually accused me of being part of this. So that made me feel very, very, very alone. That's really it. I'm very, very, very alone. Very alone. But I'm okay. I'm okay. My physical strength is coming back. I've eaten, so I'm good. And I'm just short a toothbrush, really. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But I'll just have to, suck it up, I suppose. And keep moving. It'll be easier as long as I keep moving. Okay, that's it. See you again soon.